It is time for business news with Richard Southern. And Richard, work continues on the grocery code of conduct here in Canada.
Good to see you, Melissa. Happy Friday.
Happy
Yeah, it's
Friday.
going pretty well. Apparently, they have a final draft version of this. And this is a code of conduct now that looks to kind of bring some balance to the Canadian grocery market, which we know is dominated by five big companies. We've seen prices spike. A lot of criticism about the grocery market. Reportedly, the final draft version of this code of conduct includes a process to resolve disputes and impose sanctions on repeat problem makers, though it stops short of imposing fines on companies that fail to adhere to its principles. So it's big debate about what type of teeth this is going to have. It is in response to big fees charged by food suppliers by the large grocery companies. The code looks to address those fees and address cost increases, which can be applied without notice. Melissa, the big grocery chains, though, none of them have agreed to sign on to this just yet. So again, it's good that it's happening, but a lot of questions about if it's really going to do anything.
Okay, now Canada's job market continues to grow at a surprising pace.
Yeah, we got the April jobs numbers in today. 41,000 jobs created in Canada last month, double what the experts were expecting. And the jobless rate holding near a record low of 5%. You know, there are signs that Canada's economy is slowing, but the labor market continues to be resilient here. The services sector led the way in April, more than 35,000 jobs created in, places like wholesale and retail, trade and transportation. It was the 8th straight month of job creation, and it brings the total number of jobs created since September to just over 423,000. Big recovery in the labor market. It was only the other day, Melissa, that Stats Canada said it believes the economy contracted in March, but so far, employers, they are leaving those for hire signs up in the window, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, there's some good news there. Now, spring has sprung, and that means Woodbine Racetrack is coming back to life.
You ever go to the races?
Actually, I've never been, which is surprising having lived here my whole life.
You should go. Woodbine's a fun place, and we're talking about it today because this is like a big weekend for horse racing. Not at Woodbine, but down at Churchill Downs, we're going to have the Kentucky Derby taking place. We're also talking about horse racing today, though, because it is Coronation weekend in London, England, and Woodbine Racetrack is now putting on sale tickets to the King's Plate, which will take place in August. I talked to Woodbine CEO Jim Lawson.
We have invited King Charles. We have not heard back, but there will definitely be His Majesty's royal representative here for sure. It will be another amazing day for the first King's Plate in 70 years.
Yeah, that's in August. They are hoping to have the king there. We will see. Speaking of the Kentucky Derby, it's run tomorrow down at Churchill Downs. The favorite is a horse called Forte at 3-1. It is owned by the same gentleman, Vinny Viola, who owns the Florida Panthers, who we're not too happy with right now. There's also a jockey from Woodbine who will be running on a horse called Mandarin Hero, who's a 20-1 shot. So let's hope people who are betting make some money on those horses, Melissa.
Of course, yeah, that'd be a nice little weekend for sure.